Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel. Let me just turn this down a little bit. So, can you beat the bots? We're going to watch a couple of replays, not just against bots, but you know, the bot matchmaking. And first up, we have Muzzy driving the Scorpion G. Now, the Scorpion G used to be my favorite premium tank in the game. It's amazing. I absolutely love this tank. What is this tank like against people in the bot matchmaking? Well, you're about to find out. Now, we are on Winter Malinovka. The thing with this tank, a tank like this, even when you are playing against bots or the newbie matchmaking, it doesn't have any armor. So even the bots will be able to pen you no problem whatsoever. Whereas if you're driving something like the T32 or something like that up against bots, people are going to struggle to be able to penetrate you, especially the bots. Not so much the newbie the people in the newbie matchmaking, but they can still... They will be able to still penetrate. At least they have a little bit of sense. Not much sense, but they have a little bit. So even when you're in the bot matchmaking against bots, then yeah, driving a tank like this, it's not as easy as it sounds. It's not as easy as it sounds. Well, it is, because no one really focuses you. But I mean, you can't bounce anything. Now, you just see that SU-152 there get absolutely destroyed. Now, the thing with this battle, there is no bots. There is no bots in this battle, but it is the bot matchmaking where it's under 5,000 battles or 5,500 battles. So they are... pretty much everyone in this game doesn't have any more than 5,000 battles. They're all sort of the newbie players playing. But even when you're in a tank like the Scorpion, as I've said, you still need to be very careful and not take anything for granted, because you'll easily get penetrated. So there is now 2 tanks left, and you can see, you can really tell it's the newbie matchmaking, because everyone just goes to the same place around the cap area. No one really has gone to the left side, and there was one player that went to the right side. So of course, you're always going to get, in these newbie matchmaking, you're always going to get the odd person that knows what they're doing. They might have come from what PC, or they might be a reroll. So you're always going to get the odd person that does know what they're doing. Whereas this game, you can see his team are literally all by the cap area, with only one tank out of the lot of them that is capping. Everyone else is just sat around the cap, and I think it's the Tiger. I believe it's the Tiger capping. I could be completely wrong. I think it's actually a medium, not Tiger, sorry. It's one of the medium tanks that is capping. So our guy here, Muzzy, he's playing from distance, which is good for him because no one is actually focusing him at all. Now, they are still capping. The enemy team is coming. There goes the T34. The AT-15 has taken him out, and they are actually going to reset the cap any moment now. 85, it gets to 85, 90 odd, and now they are taking the control of the cap area. Now, he is spotted, and the T28 prototype is going for him. There goes the Centurion. So it's now a 3 versus 5. However, they do have a player that is AFK, which is very unfortunate for our guy here in the Scorpion G, who's already managed to farm up 4k damage. But can he farm out the win? Can he farm out the win? There goes the prototype. So it's now a 2 versus 4. Where's his other teammate? There's a heavy around here somewhere. Gets a blocked shot there from the IS-6. There is still... oh, there he is. He's still full hit points. Wait, is he? Oh, no, he's not AFK. God knows what this T-34 is doing. And this is the stuff that annoys me. This is the stuff that really annoys me, you know, that players that don't know how to play the game are buying premium tanks, and there's nothing Wargaming will ever do to stop that, because it's money. And that is, for me, that's very, very frustrating. Nice shot there onto the AT-15. The replays is a bit messed up, as you can see. It's not. You can see it's just lagging a little bit. So it's not it's not hacks. It's not hacks. It is just a laggy replay. So he is now a one shot. If this IS-6 was to shoot HE, he would be able to clear him, but he does manage to take out that guy first. But there's still almost a full hit point VK100 to deal with. and another tank that is AFK, but no one actually knows he's AFK yet. You never know when you're in this newbie matchmaking. You never know if it's someone AFK or if it's someone just like this T-34 that is doing absolutely sod all, which is good for him. And I think the VK actually realizes, you know what, I'm not even going to go for that T-34. However, he does get shot. Now, that was very risky. Very, very risky taking him out, and that was actually really under roll. That was a low roll, very low roll indeed, and that almost cost him a lot of damage. So now it's just one tank left alive, which is the Panther. He is a one shot though. Where is this Panther? Is he AFK? And obviously when there is one player left at this point in the game, the first place you go to is the enemy spawn, just to make sure. Now he's quite lucky, and there we go, he is AFK. He is quite lucky that it's only him and the T-34 on his team, because the T-34 just doesn't have a freaking clue. He doesn't have no clue whatsoever. So our guy in the Scorpion is able to get around him, get some nice HE into the rear. That was a beautiful HE, burning 1,000 damage, and he can now take him out for his 7th kill. A nice Rosani there, but of course I don't think that would have happened if it wasn't the newbie matchmaking, and he does manage to get a nice win, 7,300 damage. But of course he can't upload that to the Hall of Fame because of the low battle count, but still, that was still a nice carry. No bots involved there, and he was able to take the win. Sorry, that I had a little burp. Oh, we just watched this one. So next up we have a tank that's an 87. We've got an 87 that does a crazy amount of damage. In fact, I have never ever seen this much damage done in an 87. Unfortunately, it's not the 10-shot autoloader. We're just going to speed this up a little bit. It's not the 10-shot autoloader. Now, if this was done with the 10-shot autoloader against bots or not, that would be absolutely special. Now, this game is a bit different to the other game. There is actually 5 bots. There is 5 bots on the enemy team, and when you're up against 5 bots in an 87, this is actually a very, very good tank to play against bots, because you're going to get bounces left, right and center from everywhere. As you can see there, the M6, I'm not even sure if he's a bot or not. I don't think he's a bot. So there's only 2 real players out there, and obviously taking out them real players first is vital, because then you're just up against bots. There goes the guy. So it's now a 5 versus 5. So there's still a lot of work to do. He's managed to farm up 2,200 damage so far, and it's now 4 against 5. He has to take care of his shots. You can see he's only got a 12 AP shells remaining, and he has to pen these shots. He has to, because if he doesn't, it's going to come back to haunt him later on. And there's nothing worse than losing a battle when you're up against 5 bots and you're a competent reroll or a competent player or whatever. But you can see he has wasted so many shots on that Sherman going for the track. Was there any need for it? No. He wasted way too many shells on that guy, and he wasn't doing damage. After the first shot, I would have just relocated my gun to a different position of that tank. But you can see he's doing it again here. He's going for the same shot every single time. Yes, he is penning now, but he's also being shot from the left, which he needs to try and focus, which is, he's got a couple of guys here now. It is now a 1 versus 3. He's just about to run out of AP. He's only got a few shells of AP left. Now he's got a little bit of a situation where he's got tanks in front of him, tanks behind him, but of course definitely going for this AMX 1357 is a must, because it's a fast tank. It can get around him, and for me, he's just wasting too many shots, way too many shots. He needs to aim his shots, and he needs to take care of these guys before they all come very close to him. Bear in mind that a couple of these are bots. I think the Tog is actually a bot as well. But for me, he's just wasting too many shells, way too many shells. And you can see here, I'm just screaming. When I was watching this, I was literally screaming, like, aim your freaking shots, dude. Aim. He is now a 1-shot against these 2 tanks. He's on 98 hit points, and this is where you can tell if they're bots or not. I mean, they've got 2 tanks in front and they are just firing, but he's still wasting so many freaking shots, way too many shots. And that's painful. That was painful to see so many shots being wasted from the 87. And again there, like when you've only got 4 APCR left and only a couple of HE, you want to be aiming your shots, trust me, because when you're up against bots, the worst thing you want is to lose because you acted like a bot. I know he's doing a lot of damage, but the damage is not really that important when you're up against 5 bots. What is important is that he has just wasted so many freaking shells. He's on to the HE now. He's got 7 HE left. Fair enough, he's getting a lot of block damage because these are bots, and like I said, the 87 is a great tank for to come up against bots in the newbie matchmaking. He now has 4 HE shells remaining. He's still pumping up that block damage. Excuse me. He's got 3 shells now. Hopefully he should be able to take this Tog out. 30 hit points remaining. Can he take him out on this next shot? Of course he can, but that now only leaves him with 1 HE shell. He literally wasted so many freaking shells. There is 2 minutes left on the clock. Excuse me, there's 2 minutes left on the clock now, and he only has 1 shell. God knows where this T25 went to. He literally just disappeared. He was right in front of him with a Tog, and as I've said, this is when you know when you're up against a bot. Like, where did he go? He was just fighting a Tog and the T25 whilst being on 98 hit points, and this guy has literally just freaking vanished. He's gone. Like, why didn't he get behind him or even to the side of him? God knows. So he does start going towards the cap, but unfortunately there is no time now. There's no time to cap. He's literally 10 seconds off capping. It's such a shame because he has had a good battle. A decent amount of damage. He's blocked the shots, but again, all this damage and all this block damage has come against bots, and unfortunately for him, he's going to have to deal with potentially losing, because he has no ammo. There's no way he can win this game now. It is literally impossible. Unless he gets a lucky ammo rack with HE, there is no possible way that he can win this game. So he's done all this damage, all this block damage for what? For a draw? For a loss? Was it worth it? I mean, aim your shots, guys. Whether you're in newbie matchmaking or not, aim your shots. Because even there, like, he lost these. He's gone. The shell just vanished. He wasted so many AP shots into the tracks of people. He wasted so many APCR into the tracks of people and missing just because he didn't aim his shots. And now with just 27 seconds left on the clock, this guy can just rush him. This guy doesn't know, or so I say, this bot doesn't know that he's got no ammo whatsoever, and there's nothing he can do. Please let me win. Excuse me, I've got a cough today. How can he let you win when you've got no shells? You've got no time to cap, and you're talking to a bot. But nevertheless, you know, it was a great amount of damage. But look at that, he could have had 7,000 damage. 7,000 damage he could have had, but because he wasted so many shots, I mean, that was still a good carry. That was still a good carry against 5 bots. Now let's just have a look. He had 50 shots and only 40 of them penetrated. So he wasted 10 shells. 10 shells, that is a lot to waste in a game, and truly that come back and haunted him because he only managed to get a draw. So have you re-rolled? Have you done a re-roll, and have you had a loss like this or a draw like this? Because even though it's a draw, basically it feels like, to him, it feels like a loss, especially when you are losing or drawing against the bot. So some people might say it's karma. That's what you get for re-rolling, eh? You know, and that's what you got to deal with. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. Don't re-roll just for stats. I mean, some people, I understand that it's re-rolled because they didn't do very well at the start of their game, and they thought, you know what, I'm a better player now, so let's re-roll. You know, but a lot of people now are re-rolling because of this bot matchmaking. We can see here the Tog, a bot, the T25-2, a bot, the IS, a bot, IS-2, a bot, AMX. So that's literally just 2 people. The M6, which is a player, that's come bottom. He done worse than the bot, so I wonder how bad he is. And the Amex 1357. And even the Sherman. The Sherman is a bot, and he done the best. So yeah, don't re-roll just for stats. Just who cares about stats? If you had bad stats later on, I mean, we watched. I streamed the other day, and we got carried by a 49% player who aced the tank. Like, stats, don't care about stats, guys. Just play the game to enjoy it. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I'm Meadsy, and I will catch you all soon. Bye bye.
With